into a town today. I went into the town of Passaic. And of course, especially on Sundays, if we want to go anywhere, we usually have to take Uber because the buses don't run on Sundays. So that's what led me to do this video, because both of my Uber, because I got one to go there, and the gentleman was very respectful and nice, which is great. And then the one on the way back, this lady, she was so awesome and cool. Had great conversation and everything. We was laughing it up the whole ride back to my place. So it crossed my mind to do a video because we take Ubers quite a bit. And even though they can be a little pricey, okay, Uber, it's actually great people 95% of the time. You always get someone cool or, who's just willing to talk and just be crazy and foul in the best way possible, and it's awesome. I've come into a handful of them since I started using Uber just about a month and a half ago, something like that. I haven't been using Uber long. And I never had a bad person. Now, sometimes you will get people that won't talk, just whatever, just pick you up, take you to point A to point B, which is, that's fine. Because, bitch, I don't want to talk all the time neither, so that's cool. No, but a lot of times you do get some cool-ass people, and I will never forget the first one. It was this young lady. And it was at night, and we were going to Taco Bell because I love Taco Bell. Who the fuck doesn't, I mean, like, hello. So we got in the car, and I used to sit in the front seat sometimes, but now I just kind of stay in the back because I like the chauffeur feeling. But so I got in the front, and she was like, hello, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Instantly, she goes, where are you from? Because you're not from here. I was like, I'm from the South. I'm from Kentucky. She goes, I can hear it. I swear to God, it was it after that. Like, we was just laughing and cutting up. I love people like that because especially in the North up here in the New Jersey, New York City section, there is a lot of stuck up people who will not talk to you, who will give you attitude. Like, so when you meet those cool people, it's like, you know what? I could fuck with you. Like, just give me your number and I'll make you drive me around and I'll just pay you personally. I wish you could do that, right? And, sometimes, if you go out late at night, you get some crazy ass drivers, and in the best way possible. Not like the lunatic, like I'm gonna stalk you and kill you, but like just the no holds barred kind of Uber drivers. And when I think about it, I think of that show, I can't remember what it's called, Taxi Confessions or something like that, where, it'd be the late night drivers and they have the camera and they're picking up people and they talk about sex and all these crazy things. That's what it always reminds me of, and it's awesome. I love it. I think if I ever take an Uber, I want to go late at night because that's when that's when it gets cray-cray. And I love that because nothing is off the table. It's all on there. Talk about what you want. You get as wild as you want. I mean, not like, physically, but, conversation-wise, just get as wild as you want. So I think it's awesome. I love Uber to an extent. Because sometimes they're at be funky. You can't call no one to talk to them about it. You can only email, and that's annoying because they get back to you whenever they want to. And one time it was so bad, I tweeted them on my Twitter to get them to respond. And even then, it was a 24-hour process. So it can be strenuous sometimes. But they are very great at fixing any problems you have. And I love that. I remember the first time I ever ordered an Uber, it was supposed to be free. And they ended up charging me. And so I wrote them right away. And I'm like, excuse me, this is my first ride. It said it was free. Why am I being charged? Instantly got my money back. So they're really good at taking care of people. You just got to get a hold of them. I only had one bad experience with Uber. And that was a couple weeks ago. We were at this hardware store up in Saddlebrook. Now, it's kind of confusing to get to, but not really. The only way it's confusing because it's in the back. But other than that, it's not confusing at all. So this dude was coming, and he ended up pulling into, like, okay, so we're here. He ended up pulling over here, and there's like a, like a barricade, so he couldn't get through. So I see him, and I just look at him because we're here. We're not over there. I'm kind of iffy about that. I'm not really a bitch, but I'm iffy about it. Like, if I'm telling you to come to this address to pick me up, I'm not going to walk to you even if you're just right across the street in the other address. That's not where we told you to pick us up. So he's like throwing his hands up, and you know me, I'm a Southern belle, but I also have an attitude. So I'm like, I mean, what's good? You know, you come here, you got to pick us up here. You know, this is where we're at. So like he started shaking his head, and he just, you know, he just did what was easy enough to do, pulled out, did a UE, and came here or there, you know, to that address. And he just started going off when we got in the car. He goes, well, y'all didn't see me. Y'all saw me and just stood there and I said nothing. And I was like, sir, I waved you down. I waved down all my Ubers. I do, to let them know I'm the one they're picking up. Because I personally can't stand when they're always like, are you Shelby? Are you Shelby? Are you? Is it you? Yes. So I just wave them down so they know what's up. And he goes, well, you know, it's bullshit. You know, they don't fucking tell us where to go. He just started going in on Uber. And I'm like, but he had a 4 point something rating, so like I'm shocked. But okay, I mean, I gave him 4 stars because he was cute, but I shouldn't have. I should have told him what was up. But you know, whatever. I mean, I would be a little frustrated too, but I would not take it out on my paying customers. But you know, it's nice. It gets you where you need to go. It's less time consuming. The most I ever had to wait for an Uber was 5 minutes. I would wait for a bus to go to Paramus Mall for an hour and a half. So it's very good. It's worth the money. If you don't have the Uber app, I highly recommend checking it out. A lot of people say they do Lyft and stuff, but I know Lyft has hidden fees. Like they'll charge you $5 for a ride, and then after they drop you off, you're also getting hit with a $60 fee and a $20 fee. Not like that with Uber. You get your price up front, you get your time frame of when you'll get there, and it's easy. The most I've ever paid for an Uber was maybe $10. Oh, okay. Well, when we went to Union City, we paid like $30, but of course that's all the way to the city. But you know, locally or anything like that, no more than $10. So it's worth it, and you meet cool people. So I enjoy it. I'll keep using it, and hopefully nothing will tear me away from it.